And recording has begun. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast about movies that are slightly off. I am your host, Mikey, and this is your other host, Sam the Gooch Pooch Fashion. How are you doing?
Well, I am great, bro. The Gooch Pooch?
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know what it means, but it's mysterious. It really fits me well.
Is it mysterious?
Unless you tell me what it means, but...
Gooch Pooch. You're a fucking hound for some taint, I guess.
Oh my god, where did you hear this?
It was from
Where are your parents?
My parents are gone. They don't live. I don't live with them anymore.
I don't live with them so I can learn all the dirty phrases.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. How are you? Did I ask?
Good too. Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Good. Tell me, what you been watching? You been in the theater? Have you been?
I've been in the theater a couple of times.
Beautiful.
Firstly, to see the new Gore Verbinski movie, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Yes. Did you like it?
I enjoyed it. I've got some issues, but it's nothing that breaks the movie for me. I still enjoyed it and had fun. I didn't die.
Yeah. I thought it was good as well. Nobody's talking about it. I feel like. I mean, I haven't had any friends or anybody.
Yeah.
I had one friend go to it because I suggested that he go see it, and he liked it as much as I did. But yeah, it was a good time at the movies. That's for sure.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell freaking crushes it as the time traveler saving the world from AI.
Yeah, and I like how it's like almost a Groundhog's Day type of thing where he's done this same time travel run 107 times or whatever it was. And I like that bit. They don't play into it like, they don't show all of them, but it still adds that I call it the Groundhog's Day, type
Yeah,
thing.
it does.
It adds that spin to it. I like that about the movie as well.
Yeah, it's I do also like how kind of like insanely dark the humor gets. It's like it's not like nothing new for like Gore Verbinski. I mean, like if you've seen any of his like other movies, they're also like, especially his more mature ones.
Yeah.
They get pretty insane, and this one is no exception, especially with the fucking school shooter bit they set up.
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
yeah,
here's a clone of your dead child because, there's a school shooting. What number school shooting are you on? 4 or 5? Here's a clone of your kid.
Yeah.
They play it so matter of fact.
The funny bit where the parents were talking about how they made their daughter like just funny, weirdly tall, and Muslim.
They're like,
just so she'd be funny.
Yeah, there's like, oh, this is we've lost 4. It's all the same kid, just 4 different school shootings. And again, they play it so matter of fact, which is kind of fucked up for, again, like American culture with school shootings.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, another one happened, huh? Crazy.
I mean that's it towed the line for sure. I think, but I think it comes out clean. I think it comes out all right.
Yeah.
I thought it was definitely.
It definitely nails it on the head.
I liked how they had like not vignettes, but like episodic. It was following different people, and I liked how each of them were pretty unique. The one in the school where, God, what is his actor name?
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena. Yes. His whole bit where he touches the phone, that was like a horror movie almost. It got into that bit, and then the next bit is more about the school shooting and the clones thing. It's more sci-fi. I mean, this movie tonally was all over the place, but I liked how those felt episodic. My biggest gripe with it was kind of the stuff with Sam Rockwell. Obviously, he's great, but like the stuff that tied the whole thing together, kind of sloppy, but still funny.
It's like it's definitely way overstuffed with so many ideas that do go nowhere.
Yeah.
like again, like with like the clones, like the kids being clones, that never really comes back or gets resolved.
Right. It's just like it's like an episode in it. Like
Yeah,
truly, it feels like an episode of like Black Mirror
yeah, where
in the
it's
movie.
just kind
You
of
know what
like
I
an
mean?
established thing that isn't the problem, and it's just the culture of like this movie we're living in. Maybe I actually don't have a problem with that at all. That's kind of like a world building thing almost.
Yeah. Was there quite a few people in the theater
It was
when you
it was a
watched it,
good number.
or
I'd say like 15, 20ish. It wasn't like packed, but it was
nice?
definitely like pushing
Okay.
half full.
Did your
Um,
theater erupt in laughter when the bald kid like screams in his face and he punches the kid right
yeah,
off of the heat?
yeah, the fucking AI genius creating the AI.
Yeah,
Yeah, when Sam Rockwell just decks him in the mouth. Yeah, that did
yeah.
get that did get a laugh out of people.
That was so
That was
good.
definitely the
It was
biggest laugh. It
it
was a
was
very laugh heavy screening
great.
for me, aside from like a good
Yeah,
amount of like chuckles here and there, but that specific moment got the most out of people.
for sure. It was so good. So comedically timed perfectly. Yeah, they nailed it. Uh, but yeah, overall, I mean, I liked it. My girlfriend went and saw it with me. She thinks a lot of things about it, but she liked it for the most part. But she thinks it's saying some much deeper things than I think it might be saying. I think
It,
it's
it,
just a
it
silly
like
good time.
a lot of the stuff with Sam Rockwell just like running around like y'all are looking at your phones too. It's kind of like old man screamed at phone ish, but it never feels like
Yeah,
it's like being mean and like punching down about it. It's still
yeah,
like shit's fucked up, man. What are we gonna do about it? Not kill ourselves. It kind of feels like it's that a little bit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's a fun movie.
Me too. I gave it 4 out of 5, which I feel like it maybe was in my head maybe more of the 3.5 out of 5. But I'll stick with the 4. If I had a good experience in the theater, that's what I rated at. So
Yeah,
4 out of 5 for me actually.
I'm sticking Gentleman's 6 out of 10.
Beautiful.
It's a,
Beautiful.
like
That's what it
I enjoy
deserves.
the movie. I like it.
That's what it deserves. Yeah, truly.
It wasn't a disappointment. I've been looking forward to this one for a while too. A new Verbinski movie in 2026. I'm there, and I was.
Hell yeah.
What else have you watched? Have you seen anything else?
Um, I saw one other movie in theaters. I think that's it, and it was a total shot in the dark. And it was a movie called Starbright, and I know you texted me about it.
I did, yeah.
So,
You
so
watched it, and I went to check out what the movie was, and
exactly.
it was just two people reviewed it, you and then one other person who loved it.
Yeah, weird. Bot ass motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. But it's terrible. First off, it's a terrible movie. Super low budget. I was just so interested in seeing what it was about because so I'm looking at show times for the weekend or whatever at my local theater. I see this movie. It's playing 3 times a day. Like it's a normal ass wide release thing. I'm like, I haven't heard of this. I click on it, and the synopsis. The synopsis is this: a young woman becomes the guardian of a fallen star, which she must protect from dangerous forces with the help of a brave stranger. Which sounds like all cool and sci-fi, and I look into it a little bit more, and it sounds even cooler. Like I'm like, this is really interesting, but I can't find almost anything about it online. It's got Gimli in it.
Yeah,
The guy who plays Gimli, he's in
yeah.
it, so it's like
John Rice
half
Davies, I think.
credible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like half credible, but like no reviews. So it came out on Friday, and I was like waiting for the first review to come in, and I was like, I'm gonna go see this tomorrow. I was gonna go see it on Saturday, and I was like, am I gonna be the first review of this movie? And I was trying to figure out like how widely distributed it was. I was looking at who the producers were. I was looking at the production companies, looking up like I couldn't find jack shit on the production companies. Like they almost don't even exist. Uh, and I'm thinking this is some like next level, like why is this so unknown. I'm so curious on why it's so unknown that I need to go see it. So I ended up not seeing it until Sunday, and then there was the one review that came out on Saturday that said, uh, their review says, saw again yesterday, enjoyed it even more. It's just pure fun. Okay. I was like, okay, great. It might actually be good. I went and it's just trash, bro. It's bad. It's it's bad. Uh, and it's like low budget, and the guy who plays Gimli,
John Rhys Davies.
Yeah, he's good in the movie, but it feels it feels very cheap, and I was super confused by it. So the showing I went to had no trailers, and I think it was $1 more expensive than the other tickets that regular ass ticket price. So I was like, is this a Fathom event? It didn't specify that it was. Dude, this whole thing feels rotten.
Yeah, there's like a greater conspiracy going on.
I want there to be some underlying like evil cabal that is behind this or something, but that I can't figure it out because the movie was so nothing. It was
Yeah, there's like no weirder warning signs with the movie. It's just, where is it real?
Yeah, dude, it felt like
This movie's 2.5 hours long.
Bro, and you could feel every aching
Ooh.
moment of it. They didn't cut jack shit, bro. They didn't like they it was over the shoulder dialogue like back and forth the entire time. Pretty much. I'm over exaggerating, but at one point towards like third act, the main two characters are about to kiss for the first time, and instead of kissing, they both break out into a full dance number that feels like it's trying to be that scene from La La Land, but like completely just not great, edited to shit. Like there's like quick edits like in the dance. Oh, dude, incredibly bad. There was a very long sword fight. Anyway, I'm like having like weird trauma flashbacks trying to remember what the fuck happened in this just mess of a movie. Um, and then it was over, and now the mystery is kind of just done. It's just a bad movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just sucks. It just sucks. But I think if there's any silver lining, if you go into it now, if you were to go see it now, you would know that it's going to be this long, drawn out, like shitty thing. It's easier to make fun of it. Like you're not trying at all to hold back. You're just purely making fun of the acting. Will get you there. Some of the acting is so funny. I was laughing pretty loud. My girlfriend's like, "You're being a little loud at the end." I'm like, "Nobody's fucking in here. Nobody's been in here all weekend. I've been watching all the show times at my local theater. Nobody's fucking going." So yeah, we went. I hated it. She didn't even hate it. That's the crazy thing. She's like, it was fine. It was pure. She thought it was like
Innocent.
like very and she kind of compared it to like how you sometimes watch things as reels like on TikTok or whatever. Like scenes from a movie on TikTok. That's what it feels like. But like, it feels like bad acting TikToks, scene by scene by scene. And then just stitched together in a full movie. I don't know. Things happen that just don't make sense. The two main characters that meet is because she's running away from the bad guys, and he's just happened to be driving along on this road, sees this girl, picks her up, like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "No, drive." And then he never asks what's happening. They just go together. They just go. He's going to a ferry boat with his car. I guess she's going with him, and they're now having deep talks. Like, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Don't go see it. Nobody go see it.
I'll tell you this. I went and saw a movie at one of the other theaters. I'll talk about this specific movie here in a second, but
yeah,
to kind of bridge the gap, I saw a poster for Starbright, and I only recognize that this is like that poster was for the movie you're talking about because I saw John Rhys Davies' top billed on it, and I was like,
okay.
And my initial thought was like, fucking just no-name studio release, you know. They got John Rhys Davies. He's the biggest name they can get. He's top billed.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know to not want to see it or to have any further interest. And I saw no advertising for it except for that moment. And that's always something that does happen. You see no advertising for like most movies that come out, except for whatever the studios are releasing, you know.
Yeah.
But then those movies are like, I think recently, for an example, is like Cold Storage, but that has other people in it, and I know more people saw that, even though I never saw any advertising for this. So talking about Starbright, how, you know, like this movie just popped into existence. 31 people total have seen it on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
And there are 5 reviews, which is kind of insane for, a new release.
The movie came out on Friday, like, as far as I know, wide release, and nobody logged it until late Saturday, and that was somebody apparently seeing it for the second time. So the fact that no Letterboxd users were even, like me, going to see it because they saw fucking Gimli in a movie, and that's enough sometimes to go give something a chance. You're like, what if this random movie with no reviews could be good?
Yeah.
I took that swing and we missed. Anyway, what did you see at the theater that you saw the poster at?
I saw How to Make a Killing with Glenn Powell.
Okay.
It was my wife. She is not a Glenn Powell fan. Does not care for his face or how much teeth he has, right, in his smile.
Okay.
But she saw the trailer for this and saw Topher Grace was in it and was like, I'm sold. I kind of want to see that. That looks fun.
Sold on Topher Grace.
She was sold on Topher Grace, yeah. She, she likes Eric Foreman, you know.
She's married to you, so.
She's married to me, you know. I'm kind of like Topher Grace, you know.
You're definitely no Glenn Powell.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway. So, How to Make Killings, Glenn Powell is, like, 9th in line to receive, like, a Rockefeller family fortune, you know, inheritance.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he's like, you know, I'm entitled to this money. My mom was kicked out of the families, so I'm broke. Let me kill everybody else in line and take the money myself. And, he just, one by one, each family member kills him, gets away with it almost.
With all of that being spoiled in the trailer, obviously it's like setting it up. How much of the movie does it get to, like, is that the whole movie? Does the spoiler,
there's a lot of like
show?
There's character conflict, you know, and you know, half of it is him like actually being a successful Wall Street guy, you know, like each of the killings are very quick. It's PG-13, so it doesn't have any like American Psycho bite in how it like executes people.
Yeah.
It's not nearly like sexy enough for it's like love triangle romance, whatever.
Yeah.
And its comedy is like also kind of just all right. It doesn't really commit to any direction, so it just doesn't have much flavor or personality to it aside from Glenn Powell's in it, which it's still, you know, which makes it just like fine at best, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it does have like a nice balance in terms of like like the killing the family and what his like current situation is, right, with his new girlfriend come fiance or this other girl he said he had a crush on when he was a kid, you know.
Okay.
So
interesting.
It does have like a solid back and forth between those two elements that certainly carry the movie. It's not a bad time at the movies. Again, you kind of want it to have a bit more bite to it, you know. Yeah. If you want a sexy Glenn Powell movie where he's killing people, Hitman came out last year. Nobody saw that one, you know. Mm-hmm. That's one I recommend. It's great. Richard Linklater movie.
Speaking of,
quickly,
Did I talk about Blue Moon last episode?
I don't think you did.
I watched that and I really enjoyed it. And that also, it has Margaret Qualley in it.
So
Uh
does How to Make a Killing.
yeah, it's like, so everything's connected here, but I really really liked Blue Moon quite a bit. Uh right up my alley, and it was like Linklater doing his like dialogue heavy one set piece like one time. It felt like a stage play, and it's about people writing songs for stage plays. So it's got a big meta kind of concept to it that way. Uh, really, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke's up for an Oscar for it?
Yeah, I don't think he'll win it, but
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely not in line to win it. I think it's
good nomination though. I suppose. Yeah,
I think it's between Michael B. Jordan and Timmy.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. We'll find out later. Not right now though.
12 days.
Is there anything else you've seen? Because everything else I have has just been like random things I like felt like watching.
Yeah.
I did rewatch Ogroff recently.
Really?
Yeah, I found myself down like a subgenre rabbit hole where like Ogroff sits next to 5 other movies that are like Ogroff, which I thought was pretty awesome to find out.
Okay.
Because I remember...
Well, did you enjoy Ogroff?
I enjoyed it a lot more this time.
Really?
I remember... Yeah, I remember, like, you definitely didn't like it. You thought it was boring and slow and monotonous.
Right.
So let me tell you about this genre of horror movie I found called Murder Drone, which is a bunch of other movies that are just slow, monotonous, and really about nothing. It turns out a whole bunch of them. And
sounds awful.
I've been having a blast with them. Some of them are really, really good.
I'll have to check your Letterboxd and see what
There is one called Killing Spree from like 1984. It's 45 minutes long, and it's just you're just following around a guy he's just killing a different woman.
Jeez.
And that's it. That's the movie. It's like he like kills 5 women, and it's just the same: follow woman, kill woman, follow woman, kill woman, follow woman, kill woman. Damn. And the only way to watch it is on Russian social media, which is very strange. The movie's not available on an American hosted site. I had to go to Russian Facebook to watch it.
Damn.
But it's a fascinating rabbit hole because they're all very, like, they all look like shit, you know, they're all, like, shot on, you know, like, 16mm VHS transfer. None of them really have anything going for them in terms of plot, and none of them make much sense at all. So it's very dreamlike. So when I'm, like, high at 11 o'clock at night watching these, it feels great.
Yeah.
That's kind of the rabbit hole I've been down.
I'm happy for you, I guess.
I've been having fun. I got a couple of them left, and then that's when I'll finally get to watching In a Violent Nature, because I haven't seen that yet.
You'll be primed for it. It'll feel like a fucking tour de force.
Yeah, and then there's a sequel coming out too.
Okay.
Yeah, it got announced.
I thought, I feel like I talked about In a Violent Nature on an episode of this podcast once.
I think so. I feel like that would have happened.
Yeah, definitely. Crazy. One scene specifically. I'm not even gonna say which one. But man, what a flick. Not great, but that scene is really great. All right. Should we get to the movie of the week?
The movie of the week, yeah. Oh yeah. You picked 2008's The Fall.
2006, I think, but yeah.
It premiered in 2006, but it got a theatrical run in 2008. That's the big thing. That's a big difference.
Well, apparently it took them a long time to make it. Anyway,
I mean, you look at the movie, you understand why.
I can understand why. The Fall. Who was this directed by? What's his name? It was
Tarsum Sin. I think he's got
Tarsum.
like.
He goes just by Tarsum in the fucking
Goes by
intro
Tarsum. Yeah,
credits.
that's right. Yeah. So Tarsum.
Movie by Tarsum. I'm just like, oh, one name director. Here we go.
Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, Pitbull.
Presented by David Fincher and Spike Jonze.
That was crazy to me too. Yeah. Well, like
Yeah,
in those
that's
opening
crazy.
credits, just David Fincher and Spike Jonze, two very different filmmakers,
Yeah.
and one of
Oh,
them's a
man.
Jackass alum. Crazy how that works.
Which one?
Spike Jonze. He did.
Really?
Yeah, he did a lot of the old man stuff in like the first movie.
I was saying.
Yeah. But anyway, what's this movie about?
God, The Fall is about a hospital in the early 1900s, 1920s, I would say, silent era, going into non-silent film era Hollywood. It is about a stuntman who is in an accident now, staying at this hospital, who meets a girl who's staying at the hospital as well, and he starts telling her a story. Now the story starts to blend into reality a little bit, and that's where this movie really, really, really shines. Obviously, it shines with all the way that it looks, the way that I'm getting way ahead of myself. But that's what it's about, essentially.
Yeah, one of the movies that's about stories, you know, and like what they do to us, what we do to them, I guess.
Yeah.
But the real beef and potatoes is, yeah, like in the story, just the way the fucking movie looks is absolutely insane. We could go on and on about just like the cinematography, like, you know, like the costumes and stuff. It's a real insane movie to look at.
The way this movie opens, and obviously it doesn't tell you that it opens with this is the accident that this person in the hospital is, but the way that it opens with this just cinematic, like big triumphant movie cinematic epic version of the accident, I obviously love to see because it's visually the horse coming out of the water, so visually striking, all that stuff. But like, I love that, you know, the rest of the movie, there's the duality of what is real life is shot kind of normal, and then everything that is imagined and in the story is this big, beautiful, like sprawling epic. But the accident is also this big sprawling epic, like as if like blending it just helps blend that line of like reality and what is real and imaginative and pure, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to it, especially like with Lee Pace's character, the stuntman. Really, like, and like this gets like explained in like the end of like towards like the final act of the movie, how he's just like telling this story to like this kid, you know, who just needs like some like to do something other than just run around the hospital. And Lee Pace is like, hey, let me tell you a story about some bandits, you know.
Yeah.
And then using the kid as like sort of like to his advantage to like get some painkiller, you know.
Yeah.
And I do want to say I really do like the child actor in this movie. You know, like
Incredible.
child actors usually always end up being like absolute like shit.
Yeah, they
But
sure can.
the kid in this movie, bless her soul, barely like doesn't speak very good English, which I think aids in like the humor of her performance too, especially again just being a kid running around a hospital, you know, getting up to like just kid mischief, you know,
Yeah.
just like
No.
like stealing like the wafers from like the Eucharist wafers from like the church
Yeah.
and like stuff like that, and then like
I
trying to like
love
explain it, and then like the doctors aren't even like sure like what the fuck she's talking about.
yeah, right. I love that things are when it follows her, it shows obviously things from her perspective, but like how magical things are. So specifically, this she's standing outside of Roy's room, and she sees like a shadow of a horse, and it's like upside down through the keyhole. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do
I think so,
you remember
yeah.
this scene? And it shows like a a lens, so you can see the shadow portrayed through the keyhole behind her on the wall. And then when it opens the door, it completely shift changes the whole thing. It keeps showing ways that she's viewing the world, and like she sees things that anybody would just see like, okay, there's a reflection of a horse, whatever. But she's seeing things for what they really, really are, with this full imagination, without any dullness, without any of life and depression taking that away, as it would in Roy. Um, very next time she's maybe next scene that you see her, and she's looking at a picture and holding her thumb, and then opening one eye, and then the next eye, and then opening the other eye to like kind of shift where the thumb is on the picture.
It's all about
Just like
perspective.
like yeah, her just like her brain is working in this whole imaginative way, and unless Roy can't see that, because I mean he's an adult for one thing, but like
Yeah.
he's kind of lost that. He's also depressed. He's also on drugs. He's also injured. All this
Yeah,
stuff,
like he's
and
he's
like
stuck in the hospital.
he
His
needs to see life through that same lens as this child, and it isn't until like she like is begging him, at the end when she's like, please don't kill off everybody. Please don't kill Roy.
all my favorite
Uh,
characters don't kill him
yeah,
off.
please don't kill them all. And he's like he's about to finally kill off the main character, which she associates with him. And she finally says, like, please, I don't want you to die. And then, like, I feel like at that moment, I mean, Lee Pace's acting, first off, fantastic. Like, it shifts in him, and he kind of puts himself as the masked bandit in the story, right? Because she says, I don't want you to die. He's talking about killing himself this whole time,
Yeah.
and he finally connects that, and he like almost inserts himself into the story. He's like, no, he has to go pick up the girl, because like she's crying, and like uh that moment, dude, that was such, he was finally seeing for the first time, like through his depression, he can kind of see the lens through which she's seen. Maybe has to use her as the vessel to see it, but like snaps him out of that depression just enough to like keep him pushing forward. And the very next scene, he's there, seemingly better, watching the movie in the hospital.
Yeah. Like
Dude,
you
that
can see
whole
like
scene blew my fucking mind, man. That not just the movie scene I'm talking about, but like the blending of realities. And she finally
yeah.
says that one line, "I don't want you to die." Oh man, Peter's
And
were
like
rolling, bro.
you like pick up on it a little bit. It certainly took me like a long while to figure it out. Like how like
Yeah,
the characters in the story are like people from around the hospital, or even like people who
yeah,
like Roy worked with in Hollywood.
yeah,
But then you see like the costumes of like the X-ray doctors just about match what the guards wear, or like the yeah,
right.
like the governor's knights wear in the story. And like you don't pick up on that until like as she's like starting to like freak out, trying to get the morphine for Roy and wondering if Roy's dead or not,
Mm-hmm.
where like
Mm-hmm.
she's like sneaking around, running around the hospital after hours. um
Yeah.
and one thing I did think was very funny, talking about in the climax of the movie when Roy's like killing off all the characters. We spend the
Yeah.
whole story following them. They all got their own motivations. Charles Darwin is there for some reason.
Yeah.
He's got a monkey, which is pretty sick. And he's just like telling like the story, like, and they're all the characters are dying. I just pictured like, of course, like we see the story play out. We see,
Mm-hmm.
like all the characters get like shot and lit up with arrows, and then it
Yeah.
just cuts back to what's the kid's name? Alexandria. Yeah, Alexandria, just like bawling her eyes out, and so is Roy. And in that moment, I just had the visual of just being in that hospital room, listening to this guy tell this story as he's crying his eyes out, saying he's killing all of his all these characters to this little girl who's also crying.
Yeah.
Just like just being physically present for that, for like an actual story time, where he's like, I'm doing it. I'm killing all the characters. I'm gonna do it. They have to die.
Is this guy emotionally abusing this child?
That's what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding.
And it's like, I know it's like all from like his, like own depression and grief. Is like he doesn't know like what else to do other than just off himself. And he's like, "That's life, kid. It's shit's fucked. That's life. I gotta do it. I gotta kill myself. My girlfriend left me."
Yeah. Oh man. She's just pretending to love you.
Yeah, and then even like towards like the back end too, like Alexandria like inserts herself into the story, especially as like Roy's starting to like lose it a little bit, especially like the first time as he's like falling asleep from the morphine.
Yeah, right. He's potentially overdosing.
Yeah, potentially overdosing, and then Alexandria shows up to kind of like push the story along physically, because like Roy's about to pass out and try. I love that.
And then you have to, then the movie kind of forces you to like be like, okay, what is she doing? Because like we're not seeing how this is she out there like taking over the story. Like no, his daughter is there and she comes out of the bag and saves him, because like all the next things that happen are just like random, like something you would imagine a 5-year-old would make up. Like she pops out of the bag and she has a gun and she saves the day, tries to save the day, but he's still overdosing, obviously. But like,
it's storytelling to a 5-year-old at that point, which again,
and the child is now taking the wheel. I mean, the way she enters into the narrative is her taking the wheel of the story and saying, no, like you're delirious right now. That's not what happens. What happens is this. And like we don't get to hear that, but we get to see that physically manifest into what's on the screen. And goddamn, by the way, all the different locations of this movie, holy shit, they went everywhere. Every beautiful place I've never seen before in my life. Oh my god, there's a whole Taj Mahal scene. God damn, the labyrinth of what, I don't remember what they called it, but there was the scene where they banished the wife or whatever to the labyrinth of anxiety. That set piece, that's not even a set piece, it's a real place that they just made it look crazy, kind of the way they shot it. But dude, I couldn't even believe the places that they went.
It was one funny bit when they like finally get directions to the governor and where he's at. They literally just take photos in front of every major monument on planet Earth. Like, they go to, like, the pyramids, to the Great Wall, to Paris. It just literally every important place on Earth, and then they find the governor. And, like, so, well, it took the long way.
Yeah, the Statue of Liberty pops up.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. That was a great scene, though, dude. So the Mystic... We haven't talked about the Mystic yet. As far as was there 5 characters? There's the slave who dies by arrows. We mentioned
there's the slave, the Indian, the
bomb
guy, Charles Darwin,
and then the Mystic.
The Mystic and the Bandit.
The Bandit. But so the Mystic, I loved so much of the visuals of this character. So him coming out of the tree was such a fucking, just like, add it to the Weirdo Watchlist just for that weirdo last. But like him coming out of the tree, or him eating the map, and then suddenly
he becomes they find greener pastures. Yeah, they're stuck in like the Badlands somewhere. It's like, where do we go? Where are we going? We're lost, and they're just spread across like these insane like rock bluffs, and then
Yeah.
the Mystic just starts like, well, it looks like dying, and he's just like, greener pastures, we're going to greener pastures, and you're like, is he dying right now? And he's going to greener pastures as in heaven, and then you look down, it's like, oh, greener pastures right here, and then they find this like other like jungle tribe and turn the Mystic into a map to the governor.
Yeah, he eats the map, and then it manifests on his body through their weird dance. It's so awesome. That's such a great scene. So, do they just like manifest into the story? Obviously, like that's kind of how it is. But like, oh, and then there was a bunch of them, and suddenly there's the ring of them all around him. Oh man, visually, such a fucking great film. Every frame is so good. A couple huge standout scenes when she, at the last time she goes to steal the morphine, and she slips on the wooden dowel thing, and she hits her head immediately after into like a hallucinogen like dream state,
and it's
where
like
things are getting stabbed in the legs are getting stabbed off, and like
legs are getting stabbed, brains are getting picked.
Yes, and then it like turns into like a stop motion vampire movie for a second. If you're not remembering it clearly, it's because it is like a fever dream for a half a second. Not even half a second, like a good full couple minutes. This whole scene, but what the hell was I going to say about it?
It's crazy.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Visually, it just visually was so cool, and the fact that they went to like a fully just different medium. There was like some stop motion.
Yeah.
I think it was stop motion anyway. But what a trip! And what was the? I don't fucking dude. I'm having a huge ass brain fart about what I was so just excited to say about visuals. The priest was fucking cool. I liked. Oh yeah, then all the spinning, dude. I'm all about it. I'm all about every fucking frame in this movie.
It's
beautiful.
Yeah, and especially too like how well it's paired with the costumes too, because then you'll see like how the costumes are like silhouetted against, you know, like whatever like ginormous like sand dune they're standing against with like the bright blue sky, or like you can just like look through like all like the Letterboxd backdrops they got and just see everything. Like when they find the tree the Mystic hangs out in, and just how like reflective the water is against like the sky. It almost looks like metallic. And there's like a lot of like symmetry going on, a lot of drapes, a lot of flowing drapes. Charles Darwin's outfit is also like the most insane thing, because it's just that big red fur coat that you don't know what it's doing.
I learned after watching this that his assistant Wallace in real life, so like the monkey Wallace is his assistant. In real life, Wallace is a real person, and he was kind of the pioneer of the theory of evolution. It really wasn't Charles Darwin as much, not nearly apparently, as much as this Wallace person who was kind of a protege of Charles Darwin. But as far as I'm to understand it, Charles Darwin is just more famous. So when they published the finding together, everybody just kind of says, Charles Darwin's thing. But actually, this guy Wallace is the guy who came up with it. So in this movie, they portray him as a monkey. And when he finally dies, you know, in the scene when Roy is, you know, telling the story, he's like, okay, then the monkey gets fucking shot. The monkey's dying. He's over the monkey. He's like, I don't remember how he says it. He's like, I'm a fraud. They'll know I'm a fraud. I stole your work. And I'm like, knowing that fact now, that he's actually based off a real person, I was like, wow, that adds a whole nother dynamic to the, I think, already great character of Wallace.
And if we pull that right, into the storytelling Roy's having, it sounds like Roy just really has beef with Charles Darwin. Like, he just, like, personal vendetta against the guy. Just like, I fucking hate that Charles Darwin. He stole all of Wallace's credit. There's just inadvertently just inserts that into the story he's telling this girl. Some food for thought, something to think about.
Also, the other people, I think mostly based on real people. The slave guy, Benga was his name. The slave whose brother died, and then he freed the other slaves. That's based off a real guy. I don't know about the explosives guy at all, but obviously Charles Darwin, real guy.
Yeah.
Mystic. The mystic is Jesus. I don't know. Anyway, goddamn.
Does it?
Does it belong on the Weirdo Watch List?
Does it belong on the Weirdo Watch List?
I think so, for sure.
Like, not even in terms of, like, you know, the weird storytelling elements this movie takes, but just in a presentation way too. You know, this isn't like a normal movie you would think of.
Bro, in the scene where she has the hallucination.
Yeah. Work it out, bud. Sound it out.
Hallucination.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hallucination.
Thank you so much. Hallucination. There's the scene where Roy is like stationary, but like panning with the camera, and then he kind of floats up, but he's like floating, and it almost looks like it could just be green screen, but it's fucking not. It's definitely not. Oh, dude. Anyway, that scene I had to rewind multiple times. That's what I wanted to bring up earlier. That fucking panning shot, Lee Pace standing there, just kind of facing camera as the action happens behind him. Oh man, there's some really, 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 really cool shots in this movie, and a lot of it was really borderline pretentious, but I think because it's so fantastical and everything needs to be fantastical because it's in a child's imagination.
It definitely earns it.
It forgives all of the pretentiousness of, like, yes, it's a big cinematic spectacle because it's in the little girl's mind.
Yeah, it's very well earned.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely belongs on the watch list in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Same for me.
Beautiful.
Out of 10s?
9 out of 10.
I'm going 8 out of 10.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love this one. It's 5 fucking stars for me on Letterboxd coming. I don't know what I'm gonna even have to say about it. Nothing really. It's such a sprawling. It's only 2 hours, but it feels like such an epic. Weaving between the story so seamlessly, you know, taking breaks in the story makes the whole thing feel not long in a bad way, but full and you know, hefty. It's a hefty movie.
Any other final thoughts before we wrap this episode up?
I think no more thoughts. I got Mubi now because of this. I got Mubi, so I'll be watching some curated films, I suppose.
I ought to get a Mubi also. I really should.
$15 a month is a little steep.
$15.
But if I watch a couple,
that's made my decision. I wasn't gonna. If it were like 7, I would have. But if it's 15, I'll stick with that for now.
Yeah, I totally.
Yeah. So, normally, this is when we would announce the next movie for the podcast episode. But in celebration of us finally reaching 50 episodes, right? We've been doing this, 2.5 years, and we finally made it to 50 episodes. We are gonna do a big ranking of all the movies we've watched. So we will not have a main movie to talk about next episode because we're going to be filling out time talking about every movie we've talked about thus far. for the big episode.
Which is over 50 apparently.
Over 50, yeah.
Almost 60 maybe, close to.
Yeah, I will bring up a movie in the in our ranked watch lists for you, by the way. But I'll do that off camera. Okay. So, yeah, if you think about it, right, this is actually episode 50 because we released Climax as the pilot. But episode 0, exactly. That's episode 0. But technically, you could say it's episode 1. But it's not. This is episode 49. So, with that, thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to celebrate 50 episodes with us next time as we talk about all the movies we've watched all over again. Gives me another chance to talk about Ogroff for a third time.
Ogroff. I'm gonna go watch it so we can talk about it next time.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I won't make you do that, but if you do, it'd make me a little happy.
I won't. I really won't. I didn't like it.
Hey, well,
you'll hear about it next week.
Yeah, you'll hear about it next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Be sure to rate. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Do what you got to do. I checked last time on our Spotify, right? 5-star podcast.
Holy shit, we are
we're
the best.
5-star podcast. So thank you everybody for who's doing that. Be sure to keep doing it. Everybody else who hasn't. Thank you very much, everybody, and goodbye.